Tonight, breaking news as we come on the air, first reported by Shepherd Hill Sports Zone. The games right before the holiday canceled. Both boys and girls basketball will not play tomorrow night at Tantascwa due to weather and the half-day call from Tantascwa Regional High School. What we're learning right now, what sources are saying. In other news, it is all about the basketball wins as the boys basketball got their win on Friday against Westboro, the player that put up 25 points in the victory, and where the team stands as they get set for their next games. Also, girls basketball getting it done on the home court, the first home game of the season, and what we learned from this game, the players and their points as well. Track meet and the big results from Reggie as well as from New Balance and what we're learning from those players and who performed well. You'll also hear from one of those athletes who was interviewed at the meet, wrestling for their first away meet of the season, what we know about that. And in the national sports, the Patriots get it done on Sunday Night Football.
From the Sports Zone studios, this is Shepherd Hill Sports Zone with Cameron Simpson.
Hello everyone, and thanks so much for joining us on this Monday evening. Just one more day remains. How about a half a day remains until we finally are on the winter break. Just very quickly, it is on its way. And tonight there is so much to get to, but we start tonight with that breaking news just coming in over the last few hours. We're learning since Tantascwa has called a half day tomorrow, both boys and girls basketball will be canceled and will not play tomorrow evening. Of course, the girls were supposed to play at 5:30, the boys set to play at 7. Both games will now be postponed to a later date. Expecting some snow tomorrow afternoon, forcing Tantascwa to call a half day. They were supposed to be in, of course, for that full day tomorrow. Now, I'm hearing from some sources that the players and coaches are eyeing a Saturday game day for both girls and boys with a start time around 12 and 2 for each game respectively. We will let you know as soon as we know when those games will be rescheduled, but for now, they are canceled. That's the big breaking news. Now turning to the other news tonight, we start with the boys basketball team who traveled up to Westboro for their second road game of the season, their first official road game off of a neutral site. And they were hoping to get a win in this one. And of course, they did deliver. And this was a big win for the team as they came up with now look at this final score, 65-37. But it was Eli Pollock who hit 8 3-pointers, a part of his game high 25 points for the Rams. Now, Eli wasn't the only one. We'll tell you everyone else that put up the big points, but Shepherd Hill, 17-13 lead at the end of the first. They put up another 16 points in the second quarter, and Westboro only getting 3. That's when they ended up taking a huge lead, got 10 in the third. Westboro only 12. They had a little bit more that quarter, but that was not the case in the fourth. Westboro putting up 9, Shepherd Hill 22 points. The Rams win 65-37. We mentioned Eli getting those 25 points. One of those came from a free throw, 8 points from the 3-point line, and field goals. He had 8 of them as well. Second leader in points was Jordan Tace, who had 9 points in this game, and then so on and so forth down the line. It's 7 points for Brendan Burns, Marcus getting in with 5 points as well, 4 points apiece for Tyler Heath and Preston in this game. Andrew Fasolo putting up 5 as well in the win. Brendan Burns had 7 points in this game too, 1 3-point shot, 3 field goals. So the team's next opponent is Tantascwa, who they will now face after the Christmas break. Congratulations to them, congratulations to the team as they move forward. Turning now to the girls basketball team as they are also faced off against Westboro. Now, their results very similar to the Rams, but the game was close. We were there in the stands and we were watching as the two teams went back and forth. Jillian Clark, Shaylee Zella leading the team with 11 points each. In the first quarter, the Rams are up by 2. The game was tight again. Westboro putting up 11 points in the second, Shepherd Hill with 9. So this game back and forth battle. And the third quarter, Westboro and Shepherd Hill, a 6-point difference. The Rams putting up 6, Westboro putting up 10. Now, Shepherd Hill was able to hold on to their big 11-point victory after putting up 14 points in the next following quarter and only having 9 points for Westboro. We mentioned the two big leaders, Jillian Clark having 11 points as well as Shaylee Zella, 7 free throws for Clark, 2 field goals. Shaylee Zella had 5 field goals, that 1 free throw. 10 points as well for Caitlin Sullivan and Sarah Miller. 3 3-point shots for Miller in this victory. 8 points for Eliana Holland, the freshman who has played incredible this year. 5 points for Kayla Paquette and 2 for Kaylin Marsh round out the team's total. The Rams, we'll see what happens when they'll play, but it's looking like Saturday according to sources right now. Now we make our turn to the track meet and the players out there this weekend. So here's how it went down. A second meet of the year, the Speed Classic and the Beantown Classic. So there was a couple of personal best and qualifiers for this performance. We start with the jump where Noah Beaufard finally ended his plateau since freshman year with a 21 to 100 jump, getting second place. He also spoke with Mass Track after this, and this is what he had to say.
Mostly it was just making sure that I was coming at the board fast, make sure I wasn't reaching for it. Speed was the most important thing on my mind though. What's your name?
Okay, then it was in throws. It was both Kwaku and Jaden who got to throw in a new event that they've never had a chance to practice, throwing 29 and 7 and 17-11 respectively. Now to the running events, Noah had a PR with a 7:02 in the 55. Elizabeth barely missing the holiday challenge mark with a 7:95. In the hurdles, Will King had a season best 9:89, also barely missing the holiday challenge. For Brianna, it was a 10:69 personal record, just 0.19 seconds off of that qualifying score. Connor Tapp and Aiden Tyler both flying under 40 seconds in the 300, with Connor qualifying for the holiday challenge next weekend and Aiden missing it by just 0.04. So close on this track. Each and every season we turn to the 600 where Maya Fillion was the second best, 150.6. Both relays did really well for both the boys A team and the girls 4x2. The boys A had a 137, the girls 4x2 with a 156, a season best. When we look at the Beantown tournament, it was Riley LePage who smashed his personal record with a new time of 1.43.9. And Ryder sneaking under 5 for the first time with a 4:59. A great meet to end their second week of practice. And you see some of those images on your screen there. The team is now set, moving on to the Holiday Challenge, where some players did qualify. And of course, we'll be looking forward to that. Turning now to wrestling, and what we know, they've already competed in 2 meets this season. And that continued as they went out to the Killingly Invite. That's where our wrestlers were. Of course, the program's so good for so many years and continuing to compete. Next up for them is a home meet in January, but they'll have a few more tournaments down the line as well. Well, the Patriots sure didn't make it easy for the viewers. I'm sure many of you, like me, were thinking, it's over, they're going to lose. But they ended up beating the Ravens last night 28-24, and they keep their hopes for potentially winning the AFC alive. Also, maybe even more importantly, the AFC East, they are still in the race. They have not locked it down yet. They need to win out the rest of this year and also hope for a Bills loss, but as long as they win out the rest of the year, they will grab the AFC East. If the playoffs were starting today, the Patriots will play the Texans in that first round, so we'll be keeping an eye on it. It will be very interesting to see these next few weeks how these games will go for all the teams. So much fun in the NFL. So much fun in college football. If you're rolling with the Tide like I was on Friday night, it was a really fun one. And of course, Miami getting in on the win, Oregon and Ole Miss beating their teams as they were expected to. Those next big bowl games on New Year's Eve is the first one, and of course, all day New Year's Day. All right, well, from all of us, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a great time with all of your family and friends. And we hope you really do enjoy the holiday. We'll be here right after on Friday to break down any big sports news that happens from now until then. It's not looking like too much is going to go down, but we'll be here for you at every step of the way. Merry Christmas, enjoy the holiday, and enjoy your break. We'll see you here on Friday. Good night.
Thanks for watching Shepherd Hill Sports Zone, your place for Rams sports news.